Hey, what up, Internet? We're back. This is show 2. We made it. I didn't even change, okay? This is Connor. This is Shawn. Behind the camera on the ones and twos is my boy,
Maddie.
And we're doing it. This is Million New Golf. A Million New Golf. You can find us on Twitter, okay? You could email us at millionnewgolf@gmail.com, but don't do that, okay? Because email is dying and we're killing it. Hit us up on Twitter at Million New Golf or hashtag Million New Golf. This is episode number
2, baby.
That's it.
That's it.
And here's how the show's going to work for those that didn't watch episode 1. And if you didn't, go watch it. We're going to talk about golf. We're going to make it easy for you guys to understand it, make it easy for you to learn it, make it cost effective, because we are golf's drug dealers.
That's it. That's it. Today we're talking about the golf club, your tool. No, honey, not about me. We're talking about the tool, which is the golf club. And by the way, I'm feeling a little inadequate right now, dude.
That's right.
That's a pretty massive club.
That's right. It's plastic, though. It's got made mainly with Botox.
All right. So as far as the golf club is concerned, you want to present what it's made of?
Okay, so it's 3 major parts. There's the club head, the club shaft, and the club grip. This is obviously the part you hold on to. This is the part in the middle, and this is the part that hits the ball in the grass. Shawn, take it away.
That's it. So you'll notice, first and foremost, I ask my students, what's the club designed to do first and foremost, apart from the obvious, which is hitting the ball, because that's what we're doing in golf. They're actually designed to cut grass. So you notice the sole configuration of each one of these golf clubs. It's got a leading edge to it. That's the part that cuts the grass. And then you've got a nice trailing edge, and there's a little angle on the bottom to make sure it doesn't dig too much in the ground, because if you couldn't cut grass without getting past the ground, you would not enjoy this game at all. You'd just basically, hey, this is not for me. So the golf club itself has 2 purposes: compressing the ball to the target and cutting the grass. So, the next thing that you guys need to do, we'll talk about it later on in the show, is how do you get your hands on one of these puppies, okay? And which one do you want to get to start with?
Okay, so we know that the bottom of the club is designed to hit the ground. Now, if it's the first time you've ever gone to the range and you're hitting balls for the first time, okay, and you see all this nice grass, you've been trained by your parents probably that when you're on a nice lawn to not mess it up.
That's it.
Well, when you come to the driving range, we want you to absolutely destroy it. Okay, we want you to blow it up.
Hopefully none of the golf course owners are listening right now, but that's why you pay them the big bucks. You pay your money, you get your bucket of balls, you come to the driving range. Well, you're supposed to take the grass, because that's what this is supposed to do. The only way to put the golf ball in the center of this club face here, and let's get one of those right over here. Here's a range ball, by the way. So the only way that ball is going to meet the center of the club face is you notice that the sole of the club has got to be cutting the grass at ground level. So you need to feel the sole of the club deflect firmly across that ground to get that nice contact with the ball. I'll just do one right here for you. So I'm feeling the sole of the club to the grass, and I'm just going to take a nice little shave of grass at ground level, and that's what's going to put the golf ball in the center of the club face. And that, I want to use the bigger club for this one there, Connor. The loft on the club is what puts the ball in the air. The only way to get the ball on this is to get this to the ground. So you can't be afraid to take some ground. Obviously, you don't want to gouge the ground, because that's going to hurt. What we're looking for is a nice shave along the surface of the ground. So imagine a stone skipping on water. It's skipping across the pond. It's not turning into a submarine and going into the pond.
Or a plane landing at the airport, okay? So we want to talk about 2 more things with the roll of the club, and then we got like an assignment for you guys, and then that'll be it. That's how quick. Look, you can get on, you can finish your morning coffee and get on with the rest of your day, okay? So 2 more things that are important with the roll of the club. The first is, and I'm going to use the analogy of holding a pencil, okay? If I hold a pencil like this, I'm not going to be a very efficient writer.
No.
The reason...
You better learn how to type.
Yeah, no doubt. Or text. All right? Shout out texters. The reason nobody holds a pencil like this, unless it's a crayon and you're like 6, is you have to hold it on a bit of an angle to push against it.
That's it.
Same premise for a golf club. Shawn, you want to show them?
So you'll notice that when I'm holding the club, and we're, obviously we're going to talk about this in the next show, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So we're holding it, wrapping these, you know what these are? These are portable ligaments, tendons, and muscles that wrap around this extra bone that you're going to attach to the bones of your body, okay? So you'll notice how the arms, the way they're tied in, same way, if I take ligaments, tendons, and muscles, wrap it around that, just like when I'm using a pen, I'm using my digits to wrap it around that pen. This is basically, you'll notice how we're going to attach this properly so that you can be very efficient with it, okay?
Okay.
Was that along
Yeah,
the lines that you were talking about?
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm trying to, be on the same page as you. Sometimes it's a little difficult, young punks.
Okay, and the last thing with the roll of the club, and we'll get into this more in detail down the road, but a big thing with the roll of the club is like, how is it supposed to sit on the ground? Is it supposed to sit on the ground like this? Is it supposed to sit on the ground like this? Or is it supposed to sit on the ground like this? And you'll see, and you'll notice as you get more into this game, you start going the range by yourself, is that there's a lot of people that think that the club is supposed to sit on the ground like this. Okay? So we won't get into too much detail about it, but in my opinion, this looks like an apartment building, okay? And that looks more like the roof of a house. And we want a house and not an apartment building. Okay? So that's pretty much it. We want a house and not an apartment building.
That works.
You got some homework. What's the homework, Shawn?
You got to get yourself one of these. Now, this will be your first adventure at the golf course. So many public courses or your local golf shops have a barrel of old clubs sitting in the front near the counter, and they're usually around $5 a club. So you want to get yourself either a 7, an 8, or a 9 iron, even maybe a PW. What's a PW, man?
That's a pitching wedge.
A pitching wedge is like a number 10 iron, but they use a pitching wedge, the fancy term, for marketing purposes, okay?
Right.
There's a lot of marketing in this game as well. So 7, 8, 9, or PW, and you get yourself something that's got a reasonably fresh grip. In other words, if you hold on to the grip and you feel that it's got a nice little tackiness to it, that's the winner. If you feel like it's sliding like a slippery slide, then you ask them to regrip it for you. You want to have something where if you get into your house and you start doing the drills that we're going to ask you and the thing slides out of your hands and hits the chandelier, I think the wife's going to put the kibosh, or the girlfriend, or whoever else, or your parents, okay? So we don't want that.
Okay, and then the last thing, so you got a club. If you are currently a golfer and you want to get your friends in the game and they're not golfers yet, A, tell them to watch the show.
That's it.
And B, give them a club, okay? It's going to be, it's going to take, you can play golf for the rest of your life. It's going to take a little while to learn, so give them a club. Get them introduced to it. Bring them out to the range. And more importantly,
I got my clubs from an aunt.
that's it.
I started with ladies clubs when I was, I started when I was 12. So it's, you got some siblings, or you got some uncles or aunts, or you got the local guy down the street that that's got a garage full of golf clubs. Go bang in his door and say, hey, I want to start playing golf. Do you got a 9 iron for me?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll find something for you, no problem.
And tell them to go to Twitter too and look up our hashtag
That's it.
and talk to us.
Hashtag?
Hashtag #MillionNewGolf. If we don't have questions, we don't have oxygen.
That's it.
We're dying here. Help us out.
That's it.